Hey, what's going on, guys? This is JDMOONAN. What I'm doing in this video today, I was requested by a few of the viewers to start making some how to play videos for some of my builds, because I know a lot of my builds are very unique. I have my own niche way of playing. I don't play meta stuff, and if I do, it's very rare. So I kind of want to jump into the way that you're gonna be playing the Black Widow setup. So what we're going to do in this video is I'm going to kind of go through specifically how to play it, you know, when you're outnumbered, and then I think we're going to go into like a 1v1 situation, and we'll go from there. So let's go ahead and dive in real quick, and I will kind of give you guys an idea of how you're going to play the setup. So let's go ahead and take a look and watch at how I'm running this setup here. So I'm gonna kind of start, you know, and then what I'll do is I'll cut as we're going through. So let's go ahead and let's get it rolling. So I'm kind of going into a keep here. I'm gonna go ahead and speed it up just a little bit. Alright, so this keep is under attack. We're under attack by AD. They are trying to do basically a force invade here, or whatever, and take over the keep. So basically what you're going to do is you're going to see me right here. See, like, I knew I could take this guy out. So what I did was immediately I leaped in there, and I went straight for the throat. So as you can see, boom, took him out, and then you want to get out as quick as possible, right? And you want to kind of readjust, and then go back in and figure out, you know, who you can and cannot take out. So as you can see, like, I'll start testing my damage on people. So see, like, I can tell this guy takes a lot of damage. So I'm going to take him out real quick. I'm going to dodge roll, you know, because now I'm taking focus fire, and so I want to get out of there, like, super quick. So as you can see, like, then I'm gonna dodge roll out. So what you're gonna do on this setup specifically is you're gonna shoot your poison inject in and see how much dot damage you're doing to somebody. See, and then see, like, I had the opportunity. I could have killed that other guy, but if I would have stayed in there and killed him, I might have gotten killed. You know, I was surrounded by, you know, 4 or 5 AD, and so it was in my best interest to kind of get out of there. So as you can see, I can see that guy's not taking any damage. It's not really worth my time. That other guy got taken out. And that's kind of the end of the fight. So I'll kind of help these guys take this dude out, and that's how you're going to run it in one of these more niche situations where, you know, you're fighting really heavily outnumbered. You know, there's a lot of AD. We did have a lot of EP reinforcements come back in, but as you can see there, what I was doing was I was focusing on who I could kill, who takes the most damage, and then pouncing on them and taking them out as quick as I can. And that's how you want to run these situations. So now I'm going to jump down here. I mean, that guy he took enormous amounts of damage. So, you know, it just wasn't even worth it. So, and that's how you want to kind of play it whenever you're fighting outnumbered. So here we go. I'm now here. This guy's taking a lot of damage. Boom, I know I can take him out. Take him out real quick. Going to test damage on one of these guys here. And see, as I can see, this guy's taking a lot of damage. But if I went that direction, I was going to take way too much heat. As you can see, like, I already turned around and was taking heat. So what you want to do is you want to try and LOS as quick as you can. You know, if you can avoid, like, getting in a extended 1v1, like what would have happened with that guy over there. There was a warden that was over here. If I would have gotten into an extended fight with him, you know, it could have been potentially dangerous. So as you can see, like, now I'm fighting this guy, and so what you want to do, like, don't be afraid to dodge roll. You're gonna dodge roll a lot. You're gonna want to use, you know, the whole point is to try and heal while not taking damage. So then, you know, I mean, of course, now I'm getting ganged up on. You know, I'm having trouble recovering because I'm just taking so much range damage. So then I'm gonna jump down in here and go around the tree. You want to LOS as much as you can. Try and take out who you can that's squish. So like that guy, boom, he's down. Now here we go, and this guy over here, I was seeing that he was taking a lot of damage. Of course, now I'm getting just stun spammed. You know, so you have to be, like, really, really careful of that while you're at range. You know, and so you want to try and get to LOS as soon as possible. You know, and in these situations, these kind of situations, sometimes it can be really, really hard to keep your buffs up, and so a lot of your time is going to be spent running around and keeping buffs up, and that's just going to be a lot of it, and then you're just going to be taking out who you can. So unfortunately, I died right there, but I mean, I was completely outnumbered, and I took out who I could. You know, and so that's what you want to do. You know, you don't want to, you know, look at every situation and be like, oh, I'm going to die. You know, who cares if you die? The whole point is when you get in those situations, you want to try and kill as many people as you can, as quick as you can. So now we're going to move on to the next clip, and we'll go from there. Okay, so in this clip, this is more of a 1v1. I end up getting into a fight with Sam DK. I don't know if he's new to, Carried by Sam DK Guild or not, but he got, he got kind of upset because he was fighting me and saying that I wasn't doing damage to him, it was only my dots. Well, I mean, in reality, I'm the one putting the dots on you, so that is me doing the damage to you. I just so happen to know how to stack dots on people and do it very well. So let's dive into the way that I'm dealing with this situation, because it does get into extended 1v1. He's not a horrible player, right? But you can tell that he's crutching on meta builds, and so a lot of these guys, they get on these meta setups, they get really, really upset when they get beat by somebody who's not on a meta setup. So let's go ahead and take a look at how I fight in this situation. Okay. So I'm already doing my pre-buffs and all that. A lot of times you're going to want to pre-heal. So here we go. Now we get into the fight. And there's my pre-heals. And we're off. So as you can see, I casted Vigor there at the beginning of the fight. So that's whenever he does damage. I'm already topping off my health, keeping my health up. And he does recover from that. The dots are ticking on him though. So and what you want to keep doing is just keep testing somebody with that poison inject. That poison inject actually does a lot of damage. When you're on your bow bar, it's going to be critting a lot. And so, as you can see, don't be afraid to just recast dots on people. For instance, Noxious Breath, it does a lot of damage. As you can see, I use it kind of as a spammable. And so that's my spammable. I heavy attack a lot. With this, don't be afraid to dodge roll either. As you can see, my buff went down, so I'm going to get some quick damage off, then rebuff up, hit another Vigor. Dodge rolled his heavy attack, and then you want to keep some distance between you and another ranged person, because if they're stacking a lot of damage, and they can burst you down quite quickly, that can be an issue. I ended up getting healed by one of my teammates on accident because he had just walked away from a fight. But it really doesn't make much difference. So then we continue. I casted Corrosive, so. Then boom. Alright, now we're still building all, and as you can see, this guy's his health is just ticking away. It's ticking away. But as you can see, I just keep a constant dot rotation up. Like I said before, keep casting that poison inject. It does hit really hard. When it comes to Venomous Claw, I cast it a lot, and the reason why that is because it's really cheap and it does a lot of damage. And so the whole point of that situation and what you want to do is once you get somebody low, I'll show you. So this is why I recast Venomous Claw a lot, because I want to kind of keep it in the middle of its ticks, so that way whenever I do hit somebody with the leap, now it's increasing in damage. So let's go ahead and back up here a little bit, right when I killed the guy. So as you can see here, we're getting ready to fight. I'm sorry, not getting ready to fight. We're ending the fight here. I caught him off guard, hit him with a leap, and then gave him all that burst. And at that point, he's already taken massive dot damage. So let's go ahead and move forward here, because he does come back, and we end up fighting a little bit more. Alright. And right here, so we just started our next fight. So, poison inject, I unfortunately didn't get to re-heal. Or, I'm sorry, pre-heal on that one. So, don't be afraid to dodge roll, especially when you're fighting somebody with DD. I think one of the biggest problems you're going to run into when you're squishy is fighting dot setups and people with a lot of CC. That's why my hardest fight is Magicka DK currently. So as you can see, still just keep reapplying those dots, reapplying those dots, reapplying those dots. And the whole point of doing that is that whenever you're sitting there and you're constantly just hitting somebody with light attacks, or heavy attacks, you're also recasting your poisons. So your poisons will sit there and proc and proc and proc. So I'm running double dot poisons on the back bar, on my bow bar, and that's why you see me just continuously use it. See, and now he couldn't recover. See, at this point, he's angry, he's not paying attention to his stats, and I'm catching him off guard. And that's what's going on. And so I'll go ahead and move forward just a little bit more. He ends up coming out, and we end up fighting again. See, so you can tell he's starting to get angry. Dot, new meta, blah, blah, blah. And then I'm like, yep, for sure. And then he's like, sucking or whatever, and I said, I hate DD. So, and then as you can see, now this guy's getting angry. If somebody's getting angry when they're fighting you, if they keep coming out and they're angry, utilize that to your advantage, because then at that point those people are going to be reacting incorrectly and they're going to be making mistakes, and so you want to use that and utilize that to your advantage. You can definitely exploit that, as you see I do. So then we get back into the fight. See, he just comes up, doesn't even let me get my buffs up. He's already got his buffs up, and he just comes in and just, you know, starts fighting. So you can tell he's angry. He's just spamming dizzy swing, and so it's super easy to kind of dodge roll that stuff. You know, you can really see what they're going to be doing. A lot of these guys, you know, especially when you've been playing StamDK for a long time, you know how these DD players play, and they just don't pay attention to what they're doing. So as you can see, you know, he's not paying attention to his health. He doesn't have cauterize up. He's just taking an enormous amount of damage. And so now, see, now he's not able to recover because he wasn't keeping his cauterize up, and so then I boom, blow him up. You know, because he wasn't watching his stats. He comes out, he's angry, wasn't paying attention to what he was doing, and it ends up costing him the fight. And so what you're going to be constantly doing is you're going to just spam poison inject. There's nothing wrong with spam poison inject. You know, it's nice to just have it up constantly. On top of that, when you're on the front bar, you know, as soon as you switch over and that poison inject's going, then, you know, sheer venom's going to immediately proc. And then when you have venomous, you know, up at all times, all the times you're critting, you know, it's just going to immediately proc on cooldown. Every 15 seconds, it's going to be procking. And so you want to keep those procs constantly going. You want to keep your poison procs up. The poisons that you have on your front bar and your back bar, you want to keep those constantly on a rotation, just doing damage to somebody. And as long as you're doing that, you'll be able to whittle them down in those 1v1s. So now back to what I was saying, though, about whenever you're fighting, you know, big groups and stuff like that and you're outnumbered, you want to just really focus on your squishy targets first, take them out. Dodge roll, be squirrely. You want to avoid damage. You want to make sure you're taking LOS when you can, you know, because the best defense is no damage at all, right? And so you want to make them follow you in areas where you can hit them with AoE and blow everybody up. And so that's kind of my guide on how to run the Black Widow setup. If you guys have any more questions, please feel free to put them down in the comments section for me. And if you have any suggestions on how you guys would like to see these informational videos on how to run these setups, I'd be more than happy to go ahead and put those in there for you. So basically all I was doing here was I just want to kind of dive into the basics on how to use these setups. Once again, anything else that you guys want to see in these build videos for more advice on how to run my setups, my builds, I'd be more than happy to put those in there. Just put them down in the comment section. Don't forget to like and subscribe, guys. If you haven't membered up on the channel, please don't forget that you can go ahead and join the community, support the channel, and you'll get access to my members only builds that come out every patch, as well as Q&A and also exclusive builds only for, you know, raffle winners. Once a month. On the 28th, we do the drawing. So, once again, yeah, thanks for watching, guys, and I will keep these informational videos coming for you. We'll see you out there in the battlefield. Thanks for watching.